Hey everyone, today's video is going to be my last Christmas video of 2020. I've gone all out, I've got the Christmas jumper on, although I will say I'm feeling very warm, so if you see me get more and more shiny throughout this video, that is why. My oven has just been on, my whole flat has been heated up, and I'm feeling pretty toasty, but today's video is going to be a festive mukbang. Now, I've not filmed a mukbang in so long. I think it's been a few years. I know that I filmed a couple when I graduated from uni about like university topics. Haven't really filmed any of them since, but I've got so much leftover party food from all of the taste tests that I've been doing that I thought I would just cook a lot of it up, sit here and eat it with you guys and just have a little bit of a catch up. So this is my board of goodies. I'm going to try and lift this up without spilling it everywhere. It is so incredibly beige. My body is probably not going to thank me for this, but in terms of what I've got on here, this is some prawn toast from the Asda Oriental selection. This is the Sainsbury's fish and chip bites. These are the M&S chicken Kievs, Tesco mozzarella sticks, M&S mac and cheese bites, Morrison's cheese and chili bites, Sainsbury's tempura prawns, Tesco no lamb samosas, the M&S duck spring rolls, and then also the Tesco Wicked Kitchen like prawn dippers, I think they are. I wasn't a huge fan of them, but I'm hoping with this selection I won't mind them so much. A lot of these have been like my favourites of everything that I've tried, so as I eat them I'll let you know. I am very much looking forward to the mac and cheese bites and the Morrison's chili cheese bites because I've not had those since I tasted them and they are so good. So I'm just going to start eating. I feel like these videos are always so hard to film. Like, the concept of them is something that I really enjoy and I really like watching them, but when I actually sit down and film them, I'm like, how am I meant to talk and eat at the same time? I actually can't get over how beige this plate is. I feel like I'm probably gonna have to have like a salad or something later for dinner, just so my body feels like it's had something relatively healthy today. But one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video was a recent article that's gone around with me in it. I think it was back in like October time that the first one went round. Basically for that I was contacted by a website. They reached out and asked if I'd want to write an article for them, and then they were gonna push that article out to various different news outlets. So I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to chat about my challenge that I did, I think back in June, July time. You guys would have seen it already on my channel, but I basically lived off £5 for 5 days. It was a challenge. It was meant to be raising awareness for the Hunger Project, so it had very good intentions, and I thought it would be a really good opportunity to write about it, you know, spread more awareness about poverty and the amount of people that are living below the poverty line, and how I did it for 5 days, but that is a lot of people's realities. So that was very much like my thought process with it. That is like the initial approach that I went with the article. Sent it to this website, they uploaded it, and then they push it out to the various different news outlets. So that is the situation. That's kind of what happened. It went like a little bit viral. It got far more comments and likes and things and shares than I was really anticipating. And from that, I have had so many weird messages. I've had so many weird comments. People on the internet are crazy. I know that I'm kind of already in a position where I put myself out on the internet with these videos, but it's such a different experience when you guys that watch these videos watch them because you want to watch them, whereas people that just see me on their newsfeed haven't necessarily chosen that, so they can very much share their opinion on me without really thinking about the fact that I am a person as well. Side note, the M&S spring rolls are still like top tier spring rolls out of everything that I tried. But yeah, basically having that article go viral meant that I had a few comments that I wouldn't normally have on my appearance, about my life, me in general, and it was definitely a very interesting experience. I feel like the first week of it wasn't very fun, just because I wasn't anticipating and I was reading pretty much every single comment, which is not healthy, particularly when every single comment is not particularly nice. So the reason I've brought this up now is because there's currently a second article going around about my Christmas dinner for under £5 video, if you guys have seen that already. And I know that a few of you guys have seen the articles because you've commented about it or you've let me know, so kind of just wanted to acknowledge it, that I know that they're a thing, and it has been a really cool experience being able to write those articles regardless of all the comments that I get. But I did think it would also be a good opportunity to maybe read some of the comments just as a little bit of a laugh. I have also had so many people message me privately, which is just weird. Like, if you're one of those people that reads an article about a random person on the internet, finds their name, types it into Facebook, manages to find their like own personal Facebook account, and then wants to send them a message about XYZ, like, get a life, honestly. I'm pretty sure I screenshot some of the funny comments from the first one because I sent it to some of my friends. Yeah, I think I've got a couple. Matthew Slyman, I have no idea how you pronounce his last name, said, "She doesn't exactly look healthy." Thanks, Matthew. I feel like this video is not a good example, actually. Scrap that. Yes, right now, I don't look healthy at all. I've got a 100% beige plate of food, but still, rude, Matthew. You didn't need to comment about that. I'm pretty sure that's the girl who takes the shoplifting orders in town. Again, rude. And I had so many of these comments, which I just don't understand. So unnecessary. Looks like the cat just thrown up. Nice. I mean, to be fair, the food that I made during that week did look incredibly grim. Won't argue against that, but the whole point wasn't to eat like gourmet luxury food for 5 days. I think that's what a lot of people didn't understand. I mean, I will say the article took it out of context and they didn't put across my message at all. So my original article mentioned about the Hunger Project and the whole backstory behind why I was doing this challenge. It isn't the way I live my life normally, which you guys know if you watch my videos, but the way it was presented was that I was genuinely someone who lives off £5 a week, which is obviously not the case, and if that is the case, that is like not a good situation. And I didn't want to promote it in any way, like that wasn't my intention. I didn't want to say, look, I can live off £5 for 5 days. The minimum wage should be cut, like everyone should live off this little amount, because that was not my thought process at all. It was a struggle. I know that everything that I ate wasn't like completely nutritionally complete. That is very hard to do on a £5 budget, and that is one of the things I wanted to raise awareness for. Like, people are very judgmental about what people from lower income households eat because they say it's so unhealthy a lot of the time. But sometimes if you're living off a low budget and you just need to get food that's calorie dense because you've only got so much money that you can spend, you're not going to be able to eat loads of salad because salad is expensive and it doesn't fill you up. So that was like my thought process behind it, and a lot of people had a lot of opinions about how unhealthy I was. But to be honest, I just think if they had their own £5 budget to do the same challenge that I did, they would struggle just as much. So yes, it wasn't super nutritional. Yes, it wasn't the prettiest food I've ever made, but I just had to get by with what I had. Another thing, I feel like I've not eaten hardly any of this party food, but another thing that I just want to mention as well is that I was definitely very aware of my own privileges and things when I filmed that video and that week-long challenge, which I hope came across in the videos. But essentially, I did this challenge for 5 days. I only looked at food. I didn't include rent. I am in a position where I have running clean water that I can drink, I have electricity, I have gas, I have shelter, etc. I am not someone who is living below the line, and the challenge is just meant to give you like a small taste of what someone living below the line might experience. So that is also something that didn't come across in the article, and people were getting their knickers in a twist about, because I am not in that situation, and I think they saw me and thought I was just some sort of liar that wanted to glorify living in poverty, which I hope you guys know is not the case. I feel like I need to have one of these mozzarella sticks before they like solidify. The best. And then I guess also just to touch on a couple of comments from the recent article. I've not been reading these for the most part because last time I learned the hard way that that is not particularly healthy for your mind. But I did just have like a quick scroll down, and it's cracking me up because I feel like the main thing that people have issues with is the fact that I have pickled onions with my Christmas dinner, which I'm very aware is not a normal thing, I don't think. I've mentioned it a few times on my channel. I know that most families don't have pickled onions with their roast dinner or their Christmas dinner, but I do. I'm a big pickled onion fan, and I am not going to change that because people think it's weird. Like, I'm not forcing anyone else to have pickled onions on their Christmas dinner, but am I going to have a Christmas dinner without them this year? No. The other thing as well that people just don't seem to understand is the fact that there's vegan milk and vegan butter. I know it's 2020, but they have been around a long time. I mean, I was drinking soy milk when I was like 4 or 5, 15, 20 years ago, so I don't know if they've been living under a rock, but when I mention milk in the article, I'm pretty sure I even say soy milk. They, for some reason, think that that means I'm not vegan, so a lot of the comments are people just getting angry about that. Sam Slevin, for example, said she's vegan but can't go without milk for her Yorkshire puddings. Soy milk, Sam, soy milk. Jason says, milk for her Yorkshire puddings? She is a vegan, I claim shenanigans. Soy milk, Jason, soy milk. And then in general, there's just a lot of comments about the vegan aspect, which I don't mind, I can't help it. Of course, I'm gonna make a vegan Christmas dinner because I'm vegan. I know that that's not everyone's preference, which a lot of people are being very clear about in the comments. Someone called Poppy was always destined to be a vegan, lol, from Sarah. I got to vegan, that was enough reading for me, from Kimberly. Louise says, well, Poppy can carry on with her poo emoji vegan dinner. I'll stick to what I know. Thumbs up. So yeah, I guess the general consensus is that people aren't a fan of vegan Christmas dinners, nor are they a fan of pickled onions on their Christmas dinners, which is absolutely fine. I saw one comment about a guy saying, imagine coming home mashed from a night out and eating cabbage, which, spoiler alert, is not the case. I don't think I know any vegan that's come home from a night out and eaten like vegetables. I feel like my plate of food says otherwise. But yeah, that has been the situation recently with the articles. Just thought it'd be funny to touch on some of those comments. I definitely am not bothered with them this time round. I feel like the first time it prepared me and I've just not been reading them because there really isn't any point. And I feel like the few that I have read this time have just been pretty funny. I think in terms of other things that I wanted to talk about in this video, happy Christmas Eve. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, this video is going up on Christmas Eve. So I hope you guys are all having a lovely Christmas Eve. Let me know if you have any Christmas Eve traditions in a comment below. I love finding out about people's like Christmas or any holiday related traditions. Personally, in my family, I think the only one that we do and we tend to stick to is the fact that you get one present on Christmas Eve. I can't remember if that's still a thing now that I'm older, but I'm gonna try and make it a thing this year if it's not, because I feel like you've got to stick with the traditions. At the moment when I'm filming this, it's like 2 weeks I think until Christmas, a little bit less than 2 weeks. So I'm definitely getting in the Christmas spirit. I've wrapped up my Christmas presents. I'm actually currently isolating, which is a little bit weird. Not because I've been exposed to corona or anything like that, but just so I can go home and see my family and just not worry. I am a big worrier, which means throughout this pandemic, I've not really seen very many people. I think my mum's been in my flat once. I think we haven't even hugged since maybe February or January this year because she went away to New Zealand for a little while. So I feel like in general, this Christmas is going to be really weird. I'm really looking forward to being able to go home and just relax and not worry about the fact that I could be carrying something to then pass on to my mum or my nan or any other family member. It does feel a little bit weird isolating though, not that I've really been going out a whole lot anyway. I am currently in tier 3 where I live, so there's not a whole bunch I can do. But normally like supermarket shopping is my one outing of the week. I'm such a saddo, but that is something that I very much look forward to. But I definitely think going home for Christmas will make it all worth it. And then when I'm back in my flat and back in the new year, I can do as much supermarket shopping as I want. Hopefully by that point we might be out of tier 3 as well. So I might actually be able to see my friends and socialise a little bit. Maybe go out for dinner. Honestly, I know it's such a first world problem, but I have really missed going out for dinners this past month. All of like the little Christmas traditions as well with work in terms of like Christmas parties, Christmas dinners have obviously all been cancelled this year as well. So it has been a very different Christmas. But I guess the main thing is that everyone is healthy, and then hopefully for the actual Christmas period where the rules are relaxed a little bit, everyone has a really lovely Christmas with their friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching my various Christmas videos from the last few months. I hope you've enjoyed them, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.